All right, we're okay. Hi, hello, welcome back to another Tyler Barker podcast. We are talking about all sports, and today I have a wonderful guest. His name is Donovan, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
good. That's good. That's great. That's great. We actually met at class, and he's a huge Eagles fan. And recently, a little birdie told me that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So I
There
thought,
you go.
what other guest to come on the show with a huge Eagles fan? So please welcome Donovan. Whoa!
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Tyler, thank you for having me, man. The first thing I gotta say is
Yes,
Eagles.
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 I love it. That's so great.
Yeah,
That's amazing. I bet you feel so great, don't you? Right? Probably since the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
man. Ever since they won, I've been so excited, man. I can believe the type of season that they had,
Mm-hmm.
and it has been a joy watching them this year. I know, like every single fan out there, and if you've ever talked to a Philly fan,
Mm-hmm.
you know how much excitement comes out of their mouth when they start speaking about the Eagles.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I can hear it in your voice
and
right now. I love it. It's really great. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you ever been to Philly while they were playing at all?
well, I went out to Philly. I'm from Pittsburgh, which is a
Mm-hmm.
funny story because everybody around me
Mm-hmm.
when I was growing up, they liked the Steelers.
No way.
And yeah, yeah. And so I was one of the odd man out, and I was like, I'm gonna go against the grain.
Huh?
I was like, why isn't anybody showing Philadelphia love?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and not knowing where I was in
Uh-huh.
the Steel City.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles and start liking them. And this was back in I don't know 2005, 2006.
Wow,
So
dang.
ever since then,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who was your ever first quarterback that joined the Eagles that like you started
um,
watching? Who'd you watch?
you ought to know this already. It's Donovan McNabb. I know you set me up for that one. Donovan McNabb was the quarterback then, same as my name, and
Yeah.
of course I was like, I'm going to be a quarterback just like him in the NFL.
It's my dream. I wanted it. Yeah, yeah. Did you ever play football back in the day or no? Or now?
Yeah. Well, I played a little bit. I played in middle school. I was a middle
Yeah.
school champion.
No way. That's so
I was
cool.
chasing him down.
I love it. That's so cool.
I played in middle school. I also played high school though. I
Yeah.
played high school. I
Yeah.
was pretty good. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was the best. I was pretty good. I started at
Yeah.
linebacker
Mm-hmm.
and I played fullback and I had dreams and hopes
Yeah.
of going to play a little bit of college, but that fell through. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to become a full-time Philadelphia Eagles fan and just start going full-time there.
Okay. What happened in like high school and college? Did you apply to any colleges that you wanted to go to?
Yeah, man, I had a different plan. I got out and I wanted to start going to college and doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it never really worked out. I ended
Mm-hmm.
up moving towards the military
Yeah.
and doing that a little bit.
Dang. Well, thank you for your service. That's really cool of you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
yeah.
the support.
Yeah, of course, no problem. What was it? You said military, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
where were you stationed at?
Oh, dude, I was over in the coolest place ever, Belgium. I was in
Really?
Belgium. Oh, dude.
That's
It
so
was
cool.
Man, it was so much fun over there too. I got to travel to like 7 different countries
Yeah.
while I was over there.
Yeah.
And it was just a blast. I met so many great people. And if you ever go over there,
Yeah.
try the beer.
Okay. Uh-huh.
My favorite beer, Chimay Bleu.
Whoa, you sound so awesome. That's
Yeah.
I love it. Whoa, that's so cool. Like, what flavor was it? Like, what did it taste like?
Man, it was a dark beer. It was a darker beer, but it was one in America.
Yeah.
I couldn't just sit down and enjoy a beer. Like when I'm drinking beer, I'm watching
Yeah.
the Eagles. You know, I'm watching them kick some butt. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. Dang.
While I was over there,
Yeah.
I was just drinking beer for dinner. Like it was so
Wow.
good. That's how good it was.
Really? Oh my God. And for dessert, would you do the same thing?
Oh man, yeah. Man, that beer I could drink 24/7. As a matter of fact, I wanted to order some. I just thought about it actually like
Really?
3 months ago.
Dang.
I'm gonna order some.
Oh my God. Can you order it off of like Amazon, or is it like one of those things where it's like it's hard to ship out?
Yeah, I looked it up on Amazon just a couple months ago, so since it's not at my house, I don't think it's on Amazon.
No.
So I gotta figure out a way. I got some connects still over there. So
That's good. That's good. Do you still keep in contact with them or no?
Oh yeah, man. I met people from over there that I still talk to today. They were so nice over there to me, and all the soldiers really that were stationed over there.
Yeah.
They were really, really, really kind people.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, because I know in the NFL they have like a military month, and I think that's really cool. And I thought of that. I was like, oh, dude, that'd be cool if they bring you to a game and they represented you someday. That'd be amazing.
Oh, man. I dreamed about that a couple times.
Yeah, that'd be so cool, though. Wouldn't it be if the Eagles were like, hey, come here, Donovan, come on, run with the flag for us. That'd be amazing. The guys went out of the tunnel. That'd be so sick. Oh, my God. That'd be so amazing.
I was thinking about this year is that the Eagles and me wearing the uniform and that eagle flying across Philadelphia Stadium.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my God,
man.
That's awesome. That's so cool. How much are tickets to go to the Eagles game?
I think they're around, I'm not sure since I'm not here, but I think they're around, I looked them up because I was planning on flying out there. Man, what were they? I think around $600, somewhere around there.
Okay. And if you were to go a game, what jersey would you bring?
Oh man, this is the toughest question here because I just got 2 different jerseys right now. I got Jalen Hurts Super Bowl jersey, and I got Saquon Barkley's Super Bowl jersey.
Dang, that's awesome. Yeah, how'd you feel about when you guys got Saquon? Were you like, yes, or you stoked? Or you're like, nah, this guy's like not good at all. He's just not gonna. It's gonna be one of those meh. Like, what was your thoughts?
Man, Howie Roseman, I don't know how he does it, but he is the greatest GM in the whole NFL. Like, I mean, even with like the acquisition trade for AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Like that guy, he works miracles. And with Saquon Barkley, once I saw it on the news and stuff, I was like, this guy, because it was like an iffy thing where he was supposed to be going, I think, to Chicago or somewhere else he was going to visit. And I was like, it was between Chicago and Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we got him locked in. There's no way. When he steps into Philadelphia Stadium, he talks to Howie Roseman. Yeah. There's no way Howie's going to let a talent like his slip up.
Right.
And I knew from the previous season, we had a good line. And our linemen would block for Saquon. And so I was like, this dude's going to – I already knew from the beginning, this guy's going to break records.
Yeah, and he did break a record this year. He was like – he ran over 2 million, right, or something like that.
Yeah, 2,000.
2,000. That's right.
And you know what? It was the continuation of the regular season and the playoffs. He could have broke it, but he's such a humble guy. I don't know if I really love Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
If you watch some of his things, the coach goes up to him. Nick Sirianni goes up to him. He's like, "Hey man, you want to go in and start playing?" He's like, man, just let the young guys, get theirs. Let the young guys shine. Let the young guys. And I love that about players, man.
Yeah, dude, I saw that on TikTok. I was like, oh my God, that's so good. Yeah. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. I loved it. I always like Saquon. That's awesome. But he got injured not too long ago, like when he was playing for the Giants. And I've seen photos of him like reflecting himself through the Giants, and he like, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that's pretty great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he represented that all season too.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. He was he became my favorite player. I hated him while he was in New York, man. I hated him, dude.
Yeah. Dang. What was your thoughts of him doing that one awesome run? I think you know what I'm talking about, but he was running and he did like a backwards like freaking backwards thing, and it's like, oh my god, that was wild,
dude. Yeah. You know what? I think my reaction was overreacted. I definitely went outside and I took my trash bin and I was like, how hard is this really to do? And I stumbled over the trash bin, dude. I was like, this guy cannot do this. That is superhuman things that he's doing. This is superpower.
That's so funny. You were like, I'm gonna try this on my own, man. I'm gonna hop over the trash. Your neighbors will be like, whoa, what is this guy doing?
Yeah. Hey, you know the coolest thing though? Me and my neighbors are both Philadelphia Eagles fans.
Oh, that's hilarious. So he joins you in. He's like, okay, my turn. Let's go.
Man, he was backwards jumping over the trash can with me. But no, that play was incredible. I could not believe. And I had to rewatch it a couple times. I'm sure, like, everybody that watches football did.
Yeah,
It's just like, how did you even know that this guy was about to tackle? And then to hurdle someone is one thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's already like, wow, this guy hurdled. He backwards did it. He did it standing backwards.
That's right.
He has some type of 10th sense of him. You know, he's a freak of nature. He's a freak of nature. I love it.
It was crazy. He ran and he like did like a spin first, and then he jumped backwards, and the guy went like through his legs. It was wild. I saw that, and I commented saying like, "Oh, that's gonna be like on the next new Madden game. Watch the next new Madden trailer." And like a week later, not even like a week before, like all of a sudden it was like a new game mechanic that you can do. And I was like, "Oh, I knew it! I knew
it!" You knew that was gonna happen. That's good.
Yeah. So wait, who would you think your favorite all-time player for the Eagles is?
Well, I got a lot, and I have this player's jersey as well.
Okay.
My number one favorite player is easily Brian Dawkins.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Jason Kelce. I was gonna say Jason Kelce's pretty great.
I know he's good too, and he's in the top there. He ranks up there in the top. And I love him right now because he's doing all his, he's really taken off with his brother and doing his podcast. But Brian Dawkins was a person that was just crazy. I heard this. I was listening to YouTube, and I believe that it was Jeremiah Trotter, the linebacker for the Eagles, a couple years back. And Brian Dawkins was. He said Brian Dawkins was out on the field. And Brian Dawkins was like, I'm gonna end this guy. You know, they were playing. I think it was the Green Bay Packers, and I can't remember the receiver's name, but Brian Dawkins went up to him. He's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna end this guy. Yeah. And then Trotter was like, what? He's like, I want to see how bad he wants to play football. And so the very next play, he said the ball went up in the air, and Brian Dawkins just came out and boom, hit him right there. Dang. And he got up and he just said, "Thank you, Jesus." Hallelujah. I love this game. You know, he had so much passion. He had so much grind about it. And I just, that's what, as myself, if I were to play, continue to play, I would be like, yo, I want to. And that's the kind of passion as a fan I show to my to the Eagles Eagles team. I just love them. I love them all the way.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Oh man, did you go to the Super Bowl party? Did you guys go to the parade?
No, man. And I really wish I could have. My wife gets those tickets, but
Right.
I no, we didn't go out there. But I seen it for sure, and I watched many clips
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And,
Did you see the where they're holding the trophy and like it was live TV and Saquon and all them were like, man, I'm the best, but like every time they cuss, the announcer's like, sorry for the cursing, back to you. Sorry for the cursing, back to you. Sorry for the cursing, back to you. Have you seen that where AJ Brown's like, I'm the fucking best, and then it's like, sorry, remember we're national TV. Sorry, this is live.
it shocked me the first time I watched it because I was like, man, these guys are cursing a lot.
Yeah. Right.
I was like, man, dude, they gotta slow that down a little bit. But yeah, I did see that back tease. That was funny, man.
That was great. That's
so
good.
funny.
That's good. So, are you who do you think how now going to off season, right? Now football's over. I'm super depressed and super sad. What do you do for the off time season? Like, what do you do since there's no Eagles like football anymore?
Yeah, well, now I'm preparing for my fantasy football league. That's what I do in the off season. I watch fantasy football videos.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to school, so we're studying and trying to do better in that way. But I always peep in and watch the Eagles and try to figure out and see what they're doing and kind of get a feel of what's going on in the organization to see if I like it or not, so I can go call somebody and complain or be happy.
Yeah. When does Jalen Hurts' contract end? Do you know?
Man, he's got about, because he just signed it 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So he's probably got about, I think, 4 more years. I think he signed a pretty big one, too.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think he's the greatest of all time in the Eagles organization, or do you think Nick Foles is better?
You're funny. You bring up Nick Foles. I was gonna get his jersey because he had the best play of Philadelphia's history.
Yeah.
When we won our first Super Bowl. But,
the Philly special, right?
Man, oh. That was the play of the NFL.
Yeah.
They still play that today.
Yeah, I know. It's really good. It is really, really good. I like that. I like it.
It was such a beautiful design, and the way that they called Doug Peterson. I don't think he got enough credit for being the coach. I know he's not very good right now. I think he got fired as Jags coach a couple months ago, but he didn't get enough credit while he was in Philadelphia. He did a lot for the organization.
Dang. Why is that?
I couldn't put my finger on it. There were a whole bunch of stories about how he wasn't listening to Howie, how he wanted some things to go one way and he wasn't doing it that way, and
gotcha.
And so it was just a fight between the GM, the owner, and the head coach.
Oh, okay. Dang. Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Do you like AJ Brown?
AJ Brown. Yeah, I love him, man. AJ Brown is my one of he's up there too as one of my top favorite players. I got his book, as a matter of fact.
Really?
I was reading on the sideline.
yeah.
I got it in my hand right here. Inner excellence, man. That he is one of the players that, although he's a diva a little bit, I do respect him just because of the things that he's done and he's brought to the team.
Yeah.
Man, excellent player. Excellent player. Excellent attitude towards the game. Like, he wants to be the best wide receiver that you can. Whenever you look into these positions that are in the NFL, you have to try to think like them. And when you think like them, they're obsessed. They're obsessed with what they do.
Yeah.
And these guys, because you have to be obsessed. You have to let it control your mind.
You really gotta love the game to play the game.
You gotta be. And like these guys said, some of these guys are like, I'm willing to die. Like,
Yeah.
what's his name? Tua?
Yeah,
Tagovailoa?
dude, I love the Miami Dolphins. That's my favorite team right now. That's crazy that you say that. That's
Yeah.
wild. Yeah, dude, I love the
Yeah,
Miami
man.
Dolphins. I'm
Heck
a
yeah.
huge fan of them. Oh God. Yeah, yeah.
Heck
Okay,
yeah.
continue.
Those
Yes.
guys are awesome down
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Continue. Continue. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
But no, Tua, he came out and said, I love this game and I'll die for it. And he's had like 3, 4
Yeah, 3, 4
concussions on the
concussions.
field where everybody's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you gotta retire.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so, I think that these guys love the game so much. And for A.J. Brown, and it's funny that you bring it up because A.J. Brown, when he comes out there, all he says is, we need to work on the passing game. And look what happened in the Super Bowl. They needed to pass the ball, like he was saying.
Right.
They needed to do it.
Yeah,
They
listen to your
bottled,
veterans.
yeah, oh yeah, and they bottled Barkley up for 57 yards or something like that. So,
Yeah.
So they needed to pass it, and if the passing game wasn't there, he was just saying, I need to be set myself for the future. And look what happened. It worked out very nice for him. So
yeah, exactly. What did they go to international? Do they play an international game, or is that next season? I know that they're doing like all kinds of different international games recently. Are they going to international at all, or no?
The Eagles last year, or this last season, did. They played their very first game. I'm not sure if a lot of people remember it because it was such a crappy field of a game. But no, they played in Brazil. They played in Brazil
okay.
for the first game. Yeah, they played the Packers.
That's right. Did you watch that game, or you just like, no, screw this, I'm out?
Yeah, well, man, I watched every single Eagles game this year.
Really? Oh, that's so cool. What's your thoughts on oh my God, the rookie Josh Daniels? Is it from the Commanders?
Oh, the Commanders?
Yeah. Is it Josh Daniels or is it a different name?
No.
Okay. Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Yeah. What do you think of him?
He's good, man. A lot of these sports analysts are starting to name him like a top QB just because he got to the championship game.
Right.
I don't, for my standards, I don't think he's a top QB yet. He's still got some stuff to prove. He's just a rookie.
Yeah.
First off.
Yeah.
We got to pump the brakes a little bit. I think we're giving him a little bit too much credit, but he's a great player. From what I've seen this year, he's been a phenomenal talent. Like he reminds me a lot of
C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud with a mixture of Lamar Jackson. Like
that's cool.
Who he reminds me. Like his tall lengthiness, and willingness to run. Like that reminds me a lot of Lamar.
Yeah. He makes it so easy in the pocket too, or when he's running, scrambling. It's like, oh my God, dude, he's great.
Man, he's on he's on time with his passes.
Yeah.
And especially his connection that he had with Scary Terry this year. Man, that was a good connection.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah. I don't. It's do you think he could beat Patrick Mahomes? You think in a Super Bowl or no?
Daniels?
No. Yeah.
Well, Patrick Mahomes, he showed his colors a little bit, and everybody was calling him maybe the greatest of all time. Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Yeah, I feel that Tom Brady's the GOAT too. I love Tom Brady. Yeah. Originally I hated him, but then now I'm like, dude, I freaking love that guy. He's freaking great.
Yeah, no doubt. He's the GOAT. He's got plenty of. The dude built the New England Patriots. He built it himself. And
that's crazy that he went to Tampa and freaking got the team to the Super Bowl. That's impressive.
This guy. And then he went to another organization.
Yeah.
And did it with the other organization. Like, that's crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah, and he beat him. He beat Patrick Mahomes 1-on-1. So I don't know why Patrick Mahomes was even being brought up in the same atmosphere as Tom Brady, because he's in his own atmosphere. But Patrick Mahomes has done very, very well. I think that he's up there, pretty close. But I don't think they're touching yet. I think that Jaden Daniels is going to have a better set of first he has to get a good consistent running game where he has an option because he can pass. He can pass the ball and he can scramble. But when you're talking about the NFL level, I think that defenses are locked in on scrambling. Sometimes they're locked in on scrambling QBs. And so you got to get that running game going.
Right.
And not saying Brian Robinson Jr. is like a bad running back because he actually played pretty well this year, but I just think they need to get somebody that he's not somebody that can catch out of the backfield. Eckler came in for that for them this year, doing that. So
yeah, he came from the Chargers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Eckler was good. I just think he's past his go time. Yeah. He's past his prime.
Yeah.
He was good. He was good for him this year, but especially after he started. I think he fumbled one game like twice, and he turned it around ever since then. So
yeah. Speaking of the Commanders, Zach Ertz was part of the Commanders, and they were playing against the playoffs with each other. Imagine Zach Ertz just like playing against your former team of the Eagles, and then like they go to the Super Bowl. Dude, I bet like he was feeling himself. I bet he was like, "Oh, dude, what did I do? I'm so pissed." Like, well, like what would you even think? Like as a player, right? I mean, like, what would you think?
Man, so Zach Ertz, first off, I respect him so much. If you go back and you watch the Super Bowl, there's this time, and I think they replayed it a couple times, but it might be a little bit hard to find. But there was a time where I think it was 4th and 8, and he ran an out route.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we're going to lose this if he doesn't catch this ball. And he caught the ball so clutch, and they went down and scored a touchdown. I think that he is, a phenomenal player. Like game changer for the tight end position because the way that he caught the ball was a lot different. And his speed. And he started changing the game a little bit at tight end. But I think that he was key. And then also, he's an emotional guy. All these emotional guys come from Philadelphia. He's emotional, and he loved Philadelphia. He never wanted to go anywhere else, but we ended up getting rid of him.
Dang. Dang. Do you regret it, you think? Like, as a Eagles fan, do you like, come on, let's bring him back? Or you're just like, no, we're good. We're fine. We don't need him.
I would say, man, I mean, great guy. I'm sure he was a great player, different player. But I think that moving forward for the Eagles, what they need to do is kind of remain consistent and just get better. Build on what they have already. We are losing. I know you brought up we're losing a couple players here this year. So
I think like good key players too. I feel like. But I don't know who they were, but someone sent me a list. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of good players.
Well, yeah, we have the guy that had 2 sacks in the Super Bowl, Josh Sweat. He's up for free agency this year. Zach Bond, another Pro Bowl caliber linebacker that was a nothing before he went to Philadelphia. He was getting cut, and he was on a prove-it deal for $5 million this year, and he proved it. So he's going to get paid this year. But Zach Bond, and then Reed Blankenship, another one, another big name on defense. Those 3 guys are going to be key.
Zach Bond, that's right, and then linebacker Oren Burks, and then and the cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, Avante Maddox, cornerbacks. Did you say Josh Sweat already?
Josh
DL?
Sweat,
Fred Johnson, Kenneth Gainwell, and Brandon Graham. That's a lot of people.
Graham, Yeah. Dang. We're going to miss them all, too. Brandon Graham, I think he's going to retire, and he is another Eagle for life. He's the one that came up with a sack in the first Super Bowl that sacked Tom Brady to end the game. But another Eagle that we're going to miss. We're going to miss him. And he's going to be...
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this one clip, but another Eagles fan, he's all the way from Japan. He's a huge Eagles fan, and they every single Monday morning, they wake up at like 4 a.m. and they all go to this bar and they all celebrate the Eagles. And and he mentioned that hope we can keep Zach Bond. We need him.
Hey, you know what? You should get us connected. I'm flying out to Japan, and I'm gonna go meet with him. We're having a beer at that bar or celebration at 3 a.m. I'm down with it.
Yeah, he actually has his own barbershop too, which is really cool.
Nice, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah. He
Get some
mentioned,
haircuts.
yeah. But like he mentions, like Becton, Williams, Sweat are likely to let go. They deserve bigger deals.
Yeah, Sweat. Well, Sweat does Sweat because Sweat we were trying to get rid of
Hmm.
in the beginning of the season. I believe that he deserves a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Becton. I think that it's always the emotion side that comes out of me too. I think that he loves Philadelphia too much. I've watched too many clips where he's just like so grateful that the Philadelphia Eagles signed him for this 1 year deal. That I think he's coming back, man,
Yeah.
and Zach Bond. I think that Zach Bond deserves the top dollar at linebacker because he
Yeah.
was. I think it was first team this year. All NFL player, Pro Bowler. I mean, he's broke records this year.
Hmm.
He was up for Defensive Player of the Year. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, one of the greatest additions of players that we had this year.
Yeah. Dang. Are you a fan of the NFL draft at all, or do you keep up with that? Because I do not. I don't understand any of it. I don't listen to college ball. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't. I'm just like, all right, we got that player.
It,
Great. Hopefully he's good. Do you have any like key players that you have like an eye on?
it's hard to keep up with those like the college players just because they go out every 4 years every
Hmm.
yeah 4 years they rotate they
Mm.
rotate into the NFL, so it's hard to like know them until they get to the NFL and make their splash.
Right.
um but I don't keep up with it too
Yeah, I
much.
don't either. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't either.
um but I mean, some of the top players, obviously like Travis Hunter, I know who that is.
Hmm.
Ashton Genty, he's the Boise State running back.
Right.
None of these guys will go to the Eagles, by the way, but players
Yeah.
going. I don't think we have very many going in the top this year just because we
Mm.
weren't very good, but. Hopefully that changes around here soon.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the coach of the Eagles? Do you like him?
Nick Sirianni, oh man, I love him.
Yeah.
I
Is
absolutely
he?
love
Do you
that
think
guy.
he's better than Doug Peterson? You think?
Yeah, you know what? I'll say it. Yeah, I do. I think that the way that he could turn around. I mean,
Right.
this guy got. Throughout the media,
Yeah.
got destroyed by the media.
Really?
And man, destroyed. I don't. In the beginning of the season, they started out 2-2.
Yeah.
Last year, their magical breakdown that they had, and
Yeah.
they lost like 7 games in a row, which
Yeah.
I have a theory behind.
Okay.
But if you want to hear it, my theory is
Uh-huh.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is I'm gonna take like 2 seconds on this, right?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
My theory
Uh-huh.
is that they played the Bills, the Cowboys when they were good,
Mm-hmm.
the Seahawks,
Mm-hmm.
the Cowboys again when they were good,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bills and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think last year.
Yeah.
Last year is who they played
Yeah.
5 games in a row, and
Yeah.
then there was one more team. I think they played another tough team. I
Yeah.
just can't remember who it is.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
they played.
Mm-hmm.
If I can recall, they played a Thursday night game
Mm-hmm. Okay.
during this stretch of tough teams too, and they were
Right.
all good on defense. All these players, all these teams are tough on defense,
Mhm.
and they get banged up a lot.
Yeah.
They played within 15 days. They played 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to the schedule, I don't have the schedule up immediately,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
they played in a stretch of 15 days. They played 3 games where a normal team
Mm-hmm.
would play two games in that time, and this is where their breakdown happened. That's exactly at the time
Mhm.
where the breakdown, where they started feeling momentum shift of their
Up there.
their season.
Yeah.
So, Anyways, yeah, I think that Nick Sirianni, he got a lot of blame for that.
Dang, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and so I love him. I love him as a coach. He was talking to the fans this year.
Yeah.
I think the fans love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love him.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Is there like a team you want them to play against next season? Like, dude, I really want this matchup to happen.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah?
Seattle all the way.
Yeah,
Seattle. I would love to go to another game. My last game that I went to was when they played the Seattle Seahawks, was when Vince Young was the quarterback of the Eagles.
Oh,
and I don't know a lot of people know that, but Vince Young was once a starting quarterback for
What
the
year
Eagles.
was that? Do you remember?
Oh, man, 2012, 2013 maybe?
Wow. Dang.
Yeah, quite
That's
a long time ago.
crazy. That's insane. That's
Yeah.
wild. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Talking to you, man. You're a cool guy. Come on.
Thank you. I really enjoy talking to you too. You're a lot of fun to talk to. I really enjoy talking to you. You're very enjoyable and you're very fun to talk with too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's really impressive that you really know all your Eagle stuff too in football and NFL. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, one of the things that I pride myself on is knowing the Eagles. A couple years back, Seattle fans, and I think I told you this story already, but Seattle, I was at the Super Bowl party when Seattle was playing the Broncos. I believe it is.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I was wearing my Eagles gear, and I was getting dogged on, man.
No.
And these guys were talking about the Seahawks and all this stuff. And I like the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against Seahawks fans.
Yeah.
Or the team.
Yeah.
It's just that I was getting dogged on for wearing and that's normal.
Yeah.
I guarantee you walk into Philadelphia wearing the enemy's jersey.
You're gonna get stared and you probably get kicked out of the stadium. Get out!
It's gonna be a rougher day than normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just getting dogged on, and I was like, man, I know my team though. I have a connection without them even knowing who I have a connection with that team. So I love it. And I love the team.
You know what I really love? I really love Jalen Hurts' cleats. I think his shoe game is really impressive. I just love it. I'm like, dude, that's so cool. It's like, oh my god. I wish I could have his swagger, I guess.
No, a lot of that, that's his aura, man. He is the aura king.
Yeah.
He's the aura
king.
He has what does he wear? The Jordans all the time?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but the last past 2.5 weeks after he won the Super Bowl, it looks like he had no rest and no sleep at all. Have you seen all of his photos where he just has a neutral face? Even when he's riding Disneyland rides and going on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, it's just all flat. It's like, dude.
He's a flat face. His demeanor is really like a quarterback demeanor. Like he is. I watch all his conferences and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is a professional. One thing I noticed about him though, which is funny. I don't know if you noticed this about him, but he will repeat his words.
Oh, dude, I do the same. I do the same.
So he'll go up there and he'll be like, "It's all about the teamwork." The teamwork, and then he'll just repeat what he said. It's so funny. It's like I love this guy. I love him so. Everything about him is just professional.
Yeah.
And he's the top athlete.
He said it's all about the teamwork. The teamwork. That's really good. That's really good, dude. That's amazing. You should apply for the NFL for the Eagles one day. I think that'd be super awesome.
Man, I wish. Man, I'm about 6'1", 230 pounds, so they could need me, man.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking more for water boy or ball carrier, but something like that. I mean, but that could work too as a player. Sure, yeah. That sounds good. Maybe an assistant coach. That'd be really cool. Oh my god.
No, I'm gonna stick with that water boy plan, man. I'm gonna go out there. Who needs some water?
6'5", water, okay.
Man, they'll see me out in the field. They'll try
so I got a really fun, interesting, unique question. I haven't asked anyone on the show yet. But if you were, okay, like, would you rather lose a playoff game or would you rather lose a Super Bowl?
Oh man, that's tough. You know what? It's a funny question that you asked because every year, the one thing that I just like, okay, at least I get to do this. That's what I say to myself every year. At least I get to watch my team one more week. Every single week I say that same thing. When they beat the Green Bay Packers this year, I get to watch my team one more week. When they beat the Rams, I get to watch my team one more week. When they beat the Commanders, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Would I rather get to the big game or watch them lose in the Super Bowl? I'm going all in on my team every single time. I want to see them in that Super Bowl, and I will bet every single time on my team. So I'm going with the lose in the Super Bowl. Just because I'm willing to bet that they won't lose in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, but you as a player though, like, let's just say you are playing for the Eagles, and then you make it to the Super Bowl, like, and then you lose, like, oh, dude, that would suck.
Oh, that would be heartbreaking. That'd be really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That Jalen Hurts has that screensaver. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So he has the screensaver of him losing in the Super Bowl, and the confetti coming down.
Yeah.
And he said that's part of something that drives him. And so, there's always some good to the negative that negatives that come.
Yeah.
And so I think that losing still in the Super Bowl is the best thing because you can get there. You know what it takes. And you know that you have the possibility of getting there again. You have the means to get there again.
Right.
And so you just got to change tighten one little screw that happened, especially in that game. That game that we lost in, 2025, so 2023, when we lost that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was just one little screw that was loose. We let it score. Jalen Hurts fumbled, so that it was just one little thing. So I'd rather get to the Super Bowl. Even as a player, I'd rather get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's so funny because I was watching the Pro Bowl this year. I feel like the Pro Bowl's been like lower and lower and like just kind of like, man, it's not the same it used to be, but I see the players walk out the field. They look so sad. It's like, oh man, I bet they do not want to be here right now. They would rather be at the big game.
Just to go back to the point. I think these guys want to win. Like these guys are the top athletes of the world. Yeah, and they want to win. Yeah, and these guys, even though they're making millions of dollars, right? They still, if they were in it for the money, I think that you would be able to tell because once Jalen Hurts got his, I don't know what he got, $150 million, $120 million contract. These guys just quit. I mean, that's your life is right there. You're good for generations. With that money. Yeah. So you don't need to play anymore. Right. You don't need to play hard. So.
Right. Exactly. I had a really good, unique question, but I forgot. Does your wife, does she like the Eagles too? Is she an Eagles fan or is she not?
Well, yeah, she is. I forced her to be. I got her a jersey one day, and she's like, "What is this?" And I said, "It's a football jersey. You gotta put it on now."
Yeah. Did she watch the Super Bowl with you?
I don't want to put this on, huh?
Did she watch the Super Bowl with you or no?
Oh yeah, she did. She watched 5 minutes of it and she went to sleep.
No, really? Oh no, that's crazy. Oh, yeah, that's wild. She didn't watch it. Yeah. Oh dang.
Was it about Vic?
No, I don't think so. I think it was like. Well, for me, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, right? Well, I used to be a Seattle Seahawks fan. I don't like Seahawks when they're winning sometimes. But recently, I've been getting into the Miami Dolphins just because I love Mike McDaniel and Tua and Tyreek and Jalen
yeah.
Ramsey and all of them. I think they're amazing. But I remember you said that the Eagles beat the Rams or something like that,
Yeah.
right? Or they lost to
Yeah.
them?
No, they beat them in this playoff run here. They beat them in the snow game.
That's right. Yeah. Do you ever feel salty like if another team beats you and you just hate them for like a whole freaking season until they meet up again? You're like, please crush them to death. I still have wounds. Crush them. Do you ever feel that way?
Yeah, man. Every year, every single year, I aim for teams, man. I'm like, man, I can't. Every year,
Yeah.
seriously, every year. Every year that a team takes out my team,
Yeah.
I'm mad all off season.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so happy this off season. I mean, I'm a double champion this year.
Yeah.
I won my fantasy football league and I got the championship for the Eagles. Well, I didn't get it, but they got it.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you so yeah, because I remember the Miami Dolphins, like, they haven't won like 3 games in a row because Tua was out for like a couple
Yeah.
weeks, and then they played against the Rams. It was a Monday night, and I was like, please win, please win, please win. And I was just like focusing on the TV the whole entire time, and every touchdown I made, I would like post it onto my story, like, yeah, touchdown.
Yeah, man.
And they finally
that game
won.
was good.
Yeah.
That was an awesome game. Hey, so you know our defensive coordinator, Vic, like I was just saying, Vic Fangio,
Yeah.
he came from Philadelphia.
No
Or,
way.
I'm sorry, he came from Miami.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah,
not know
he-
that.
he
Oh, that's
signed him this
cool.
year.
Yeah. It's. I don't know about Tyreek though. Tyreek Hill's like kind of a strange and interesting player. Do you see what he did in his last game?
Yeah, man, that wasn't cool. I had him on my fantasy team too, Tyreek Hill, and I drafted him number 1 in my draft.
Yeah.
I would never do it again. He disappointed me so much this year, and I know he wants to go back to Kansas City or wherever he wants to do. But I'm not drafting him again. That's a terrible player.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you've ever seen his interviews, but he's like, man, I love Kansas City. I love Patrick Mahomes. I love the coach. I love this and this and this and that. And the interview be like, so how about the Miami Dolphins? Yeah, they're good. They're cool. I love them.
They're all right.
They're all right. I mean, I guess, it's like when you go back to your ex, you're like, yeah, she's cool, but, and then the person's like, are you dating a new woman now? No, oh, yeah, her? Yeah, I see her around.
Yeah, she's all right, but my ex,
She's okay. I mean, it's not like we're dating or anything, but it's cool. My ex, though. Oh, boy. Let me tell you about her. That's great. That's amazing. That's hilarious. Yeah. But do you have any, last minute comments, questions, or anything you want to say at all?
Oh, man. No, I just want to thank you for having me on. I was checking out your videos. I was snooping a little bit, and I see that your work is really good. So
thank you.
I'm really happy that you had me on. It was a pleasure talking to you. I had a lot of fun talking about the Eagles, and anytime you want to talk about the Eagles offline, man, just let me know. 2:00 in the morning. I'm serious about that 2:00 in the morning. Just call me.
I will. I will. That'll be great. Yeah, no, it's so funny when you first our first ever we ever met. We did what was it? We did an online thing for a class.
Oh yeah.
And you're the first person that I read, and I was like, no way, I gotta respond to him.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta have him on my show. It's great. I love this guy already. It's awesome. It's so great. Oh, I think I remember the question. I think, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl next year? What's your thoughts? Who do you think?
Oh, thoughts on the Super Bowl next year?
Yeah, who do you think is gonna go?
I'm going with the Eagles, and not just because they're my favorite team, but they are my favorite team.
Yeah.
There's a huge analysis about this I could dig into, but I think the Eagles have a very good chance at repeating, going to the Super Bowl for the NFC.
Yeah.
And then for the AFC, I would like to see the Ravens. I want to see Lamar Jackson get his, man. I really want to see him at least have a chance, and I think it really sucks, watching that Andrews,
Yeah.
Mark Andrews dropped that pass at
Yeah.
the end zone, but who would have known if they would have won or not after that? But I want to
Yeah.
see the Ravens or the Bills. The Bills have never won a Super Bowl before, so
Yeah, that would be so cool if Josh Allen got to do it. Because Josh Allen, he was the MVP, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. Congrats to him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, did you see his, what did he get, a double, play where he ran and
Yeah,
threw a
that
touchdown?
was crazy. We threw it, but then he caught it and he made a touchdown. That was insane.
It was.
That was crazy. That was
That
wild.
was amazing.
Yeah,
That guy's amazing.
yeah.
All these players, when we talk about the greats of the game right now, it's like you're always bringing up these same names. And I think Patrick Mahomes overshadows them a lot, and that's why I bring up not so much shade towards him, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Other guys got to shine too, and I think
Yeah.
that they're a big part of the NFL.
Yeah, it's crazy how the fast NFL season went. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what to watch. NASCAR? Like, come on. what am I going to watch? I miss it so much, It's like, dang, it felt just like yesterday. I was like making a Super Bowl prediction. Now it's like done. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Who do you think? Who you got?
I don't know. I was thinking. I was really hoping probably the Bills, Bills or the Lions maybe. I also think the Dolphins. The Dolphins will go.
Good pick.
I don't know. Like one of those two teams. Probably like the No, not the Lions or like the Bills. One of those.
Yeah, those teams are pretty good too. Both of those teams are really well organized, really well throughout top and bottom. They're really good. So.
Yeah. Well, cool. Thank you so much for talking to me for a whole hour. I loved it. It was great. Yeah. I guess the last words is go Birds.
Hell yeah! Hey, one more time.
EAGELES Eagles.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I hope you get to come back sometime soon because I would love to have you on again.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Cool. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.